Hello, good morning, gorgeous humans. I wasn't sure if it was recording. Quick little step in today, jump on. Just to say that yesterday there was I had a really epic conversation with my daughter, and it was all around butterflies, actually. And a lot of people don't understand exactly the significance of the butterfly to me. And I know a lot of people are like, yeah, like the transformation and that sort of thing, and they're beautiful and all of that. But in actual fact, there's so much significance to the life cycle of a butterfly and to the life cycle of our own selves. When we have a look at what the butterfly is and what the butterfly does, it completely transmutes itself from one form into another. Right? It starts off as a caterpillar, it's grounded, it's very limited and slow in its movements. And the butterfly nourishes itself and instinctually hibernates in a cocoon where its body is completely broken down out of form and into slime. Completely out of form and into slime. From that slime, it then rebuilds itself into the butterfly. It's not using anything external to it to do this. It's doing it from the inside, right? So the butterfly becomes the ultimate alchemist, because it's able to completely transform its function, its way of moving. Its whole life experience was self-generated and not from the outside. If someone were to break open or if there was a force to break open the cocoon on the outside, even if it's seconds before it's ready to be, come out itself, if there is an external pressure to open, it doesn't open. It dies. It won't fly. The pressure can't come externally for that full transformation. It has to come internally. Now, all well and good, what does that have to do with where we're at, wild woman free, all of that sort of thing? Well, when I coach people, I don't force them. I do healings, yes. But even then, I don't force anyone to heal. What it comes down to is nothing in your life is going to change. No one is going to come and save you. Not a coach, not a boyfriend, not anyone. No one is coming to save you. Just like that caterpillar would remain a caterpillar until the day it decided to change that. Until it was prepared to go through the pain and whatever it cost in order to change where it is, to fulfill its purpose. Fulfill its destiny, if you want to call that. But basically, it's not living up to its potential until it breaks down and enters into that slime state and then rebuilds itself again. And then it's the discomfort of breaking through the cocoon, getting all wobbly so that you can then fly and experience and enjoy it, right? So what does that look like? Well, what are the excuses that are stopping you from change? What are your excuses? And I guarantee you, if you have these excuses around, like, whatever the excuses are that are stopping you, that are keeping you where you are, keeping you stuck, they're going to stay there. Because inaction, not doing anything, is the surest way that life will not only stay the same, but most likely get worse. Because when you are called to something, when you are called to learn something in your life, and you don't heed those calls straight away, You literally keep on receiving the call, and it gets louder and it gets harder. So what are the excuses that are holding you back? Because that's what's happening. I can promise you there is always going to be an external excuse as to why you can't do something. We look at our resources, right? The time, the money, the whatever. The pain of it. Yeah. Okay, so they're your resources. How are you going to be resourceful as an adult? How are you going to be resourceful? I can tell you now, if you want something to happen, you'll make it happen. And living in a state of constantly having an excuse, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I'm doing okay right now, things aren't stressful and too painful right now. You know, why do we wait to be in pain in order to change? When we wait for so much pain in order to change, we actually play into the survivalistic, the really scarcity type mindset. Looking to change from pain is really keeping you stuck in a cycle of expecting the pain again in order to change. When we start to make changes from a place of potential, we are speaking to the abundance of the universe. If you feel as though you're not living up to what it is that you really should be living up to, or if you're feeling directionless, and if you feel like you've just given your control away to everyone and everything else, if external things trigger your internal world, then that's something that's going to be honestly passed on to the kids, onto your kids. All of the things that you have going on for you, believe it or not, your kids will start to pick it up. Mine did. My lack of boundaries, my children started to pick up, and that was too painful for me to watch that I had to change it. And now that's something that's changed, and I can see the follow-on effect. It's helping them. They're setting their own boundaries, and it's beautiful. I'm so grateful that without having the time, without having the money, you will always have those excuses if you have those excuses. You will. But kids are getting older, whether you like it or not. Time keeps going. Most likely, you're going to have to worry about, in the long term, what would that look like if you keep on having time and money as an issue? And what's it costing you? What are those excuses costing you? What have they been costing you? Because I can guarantee that they've cost you something in the past. So waiting for all the external to be right before you do the internal work, you're operating backwards. It's the horse pushing the cart instead of leading from the front. I have spiritual sovereignty starting on Monday next week. It's brilliant. It's exactly what I wish I had when I left organized religion, when my husband and I split up, and basically when I've gone through any massive traumatic experience which has completely shifted my perception or made me feel unsafe, or in some way made me hide more of myself. I'm done with hiding, because my mission is to teach from my experience, to help heal the world, and to really help people to connect and create their own authentic personal spirituality, to set their boundaries, to keep that spiritual structure safe for them, so that when crazy stuff does happen, which is inevitable, it's going to happen, it doesn't have to completely shatter your world again. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of what spiritual sovereignty is about at its core. I'm so excited. We've got so many incredible topics to go through with it. It's calm. It's not a time, it's not hours and hours of videos and all that sort of thing. It's a beautiful opportunity for coaching and healing for yourself at a much smaller price than one-on-one coaching. Even though there is a one-on-one coaching component to it, it's a real kickstart because it's only 4 weeks. But that's all you need sometimes to really change your life, to change the trajectory. So what's your life going to look like in 4 weeks' time? You could be doing the same thing now, or you could have done something to feel as though you have that sense of peace, sense of control over your internal state, because that's really the only thing you can control after all. And if you are feeling powerless, I guarantee you do not have control over your personal state. I say this with all the love. I'm sending you so much love. I hope this weekend goes well for you. With all the craziness that's going on in the world right now, spiritual sovereignty has never been more important. Much love and bliss.